Hello students. So today we will do about the law of conservation of mass, which states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product in a chemical reaction. I think you know what is a chemical reaction. Whenever a chemical change takes place within a matter, then that one is known as chemical reaction. For example, burning of paper, that is a chemical reaction. Here paper burns and give you carbon dioxide, water vapor. When magnesium ribbon is burned, then it will give you magnesium oxide, or milk is converted into the curd, that is also a chemical reaction. Digestion, respiration, all these are chemical reactions. So a chemical reaction where the mass, actually the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction, and that is what, that is the law of conservation of mass. So according to the law of conservation of mass, what happens? The total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. For example, suppose the two reactants are there, A and B, then they will give you the product C and D. Then the total mass of the reactants, that is total mass of A plus B, is equal to the total mass of C plus D. That is the mass of A combined together the mass of B during chemical reaction is equal to the total mass of C plus the mass of the B. That is the total mass of reactant is equal to the mass of the product. That is what? That is the law of, according to law of conservation of mass. For example, if I will burn the magnesium ribbon in air, then it will give you magnesium oxide. If I will take the mass of magnesium plus oxygen, then we will observe that the total mass of magnesium plus oxygen is equal to the magnesium oxide formed. We can explain it with the with an experiment. This is the experimental setup. Okay, here in this, what we will do, here within this, here is a conical flask and this is a ignition tube. So here within this conical flask, I'll take 20 ml of silver nitrate solution. What solution? Silver nitrate solution. And in this tube, I'll take hydrochloric acid. In this tube, what I will take? I'll take hydrochloric acid. And this tube is tied up with the help of a long thread to the neck of this conical flask. After that, what I will do, and this mouth is fixed with a rubber cork so that the ignition tube remains suspended above the silver nitrate solution. After that, we will find out the mass of this conical flask with the help of physical balance and record it. Now tilt the conical flask so that the content within it mix. Content means that is the silver nitrate mixed with the hydrochloric acid. After, when the reaction takes place, after that you will get the white precipitate. It is because the silver nitrate reacts chemically with hydrochloric acid and form curdy white precipitate of silver chloride and nitric acid. After the reaction, again we will take the mask of the conical flask and record it. We will notice that there is no change in mass, and that thereby proving that the law of conservation of mass, means the mass of the reactant is equal to the mass of the product. This experiment is carried out by Lavoisier, or demonstrated by the scientist Lavoisier. So this is all about how we can experimentally prove law of conservation of mass. Same experiment we can carry out if we will change the silver nitrate with the copper sulfate solution and hydrochloric acid. Instead of that, if I will take sodium carbonate, then what happens? This silver nitrate and sodium carbonate react together to give the product sodium carbonate and sodium sulfate. And same thing, we will observe the mass of the reactant, that is the mass of the copper sulfate and sodium carbonate is equal to the mass of the product, that is mass of copper carbonate and sodium sulfate solution. So this is all about your law of conservation of mass.